up and down, and 2. Good. As everyone comes in, we're just taking a few breaths. I saw some of you coming in, standing, you were taking breaths. Very good. And lower. And then just take a little bit of a turn. So I'm going to turn the arms and just hold. We're going to touch base with these muscles and say hello, muscles. Inhale. Now we're going to lift our arms tall, really tall, and then exhale, go over. Good. And then hand to knee and turn. Good. Saying hello to these muscles. Lift your arms really tall to the sky, go over. Now you're welcome to pull or you're welcome to come down, just kind of touching base, little rotation. Inhale. And then go up. Love it. Both hands up, and then your hand might help your wrist. And then you can come down, forearm or arm or hand. Add a little nuance of movement. Good, breathe. Let's just wake up all these respiratory muscles. Now go up and back. Now just go back as much as you can. Force them back, force them back. Lift your heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Looking good. So we're going to take an inhale. Make sure you have enough space behind you, and we're going to move that. And then we're going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now lift through, lengthen through your arms, lengthen through your legs, roll your toes, roll your ankles, spread out your fingers. Take an inhale, slide the legs up on an imaginary table, place your hands behind your head. On your exhale, crisscross, belly in, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pull the toes back. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Point the toes again. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Flex the toes again. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Relax your head. Put your feet on the floor. Lift up your hips and do a counterposing bridge. Feel the hips extend because we just did a lot of hip flexion. Now the hips are open. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And lower your spine again. Now your leg goes up like a pair of scissors. Your left leg's going to be down. Now show modified, head down or come up, head off the floor. Take those long single-legged stretch exercises. Belly in. All right, pull those toes back. 10. Belly is pulling in, not doming. Good. Now we're going to add on, so we're layering. Your hands go behind your head. We're going to rotate. Keep the toes pulled back. We're doing 10 here. All right, point those toes. 10 more. Scissors. Abdominals. And then lower your head and then let your feet down. And we're going to do the bridge pose. Counter pose those hips that were flexed. Enjoy. I'm going to flip the palms this time and open up the shoulders. Let the eyes close. 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Lower your hips and then pull your legs into your belly and just rock a little bit right and left. Now we're going to take double leg stretch. Modification, arms up, legs up. Hands hug the shins. Next level, arms a little further, legs a little further. Hug the shins. Next level, come up in your torso, your shoulder blades, and then do the whole stretch and hug. Now pull the legs in. Every time you stretch out and then you pull the legs in. Inhale, belly in. As a bonus, we're going to add on hands behind your head, open the elbows, touch the knees with the elbows, open the elbows, touch the knees to the elbows. So your neck has a little more support. 4. Now, relax your head, take your hands to your feet, happy baby. I'm also gonna add a rock right and left. 5, 4, you're doing great. 3, take those same feet, put them together. Now the knees are a little wider. I actually have an elbow wedging on the inner thighs. That way you can feel the inner thighs a bit more. You're relaxing your back as well. Breathe in. And then get ready, legs go up, hands frame the floor. Now we're gonna do double leg lower, modified. You go low a little bit, flex your foot, point your toes, head down. If you care to add on, hands behind your head, lift the shoulder blades off the mat. You're looking through the window between your inner thighs. You're gonna lower and lift, but your ribs are down on the mat. So only go as low as you can keep your ribs down on the mat. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, lowers harder, 1 more, and recover. We'll take a bridge pose to neutralize, to balance out all the flexion that we just had in the hips. So feel the hips open. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, and then exhale to lower down. Nice job. Now we're gonna lift up the legs. This is a reverse crunch. Your hands can be on the floor and like a frame, acting like a frame. Now I'm lifting the pubic bone towards the navel, the hips off the floor. But notice I'm not doing it by kicking the legs. The knee flexion's the same. And if you put your hands above your pubic bone, you can, and to your sternum, that's your abdominals, you can feel them working. That's what you want to feel. Now, if you care to add on, hands behind your head, both ends, I call it a double crunch, so both ends come together. The pubic bone gets closer to the xiphoid process or sternum. The xiphoid process gets closer to the pubic bone. You're crunching the end, the attachment, the origin of your abdominals, and you should feel it. Up. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Now the feet are on the floor, lift up the hips, counter pose. Hello, abdominals. Inhale. And exhale. Lower down. And then this one is also abdominals. It's leg circles. Leave your head down. We're going to take 5 leg circles each way. Your ribs are pulling down to the floor. That's your abdominals doing that so that the low back doesn't arch off the floor any more than usual. Now it's neutral, then we're going to do other way, 5. It's also a great mobility for the hips, but we're having a focus on the abdominals right now. Okay, leave that leg up, and then you can grab that foot or that toe. Those of you that want to add more abdominals here, lift up your left leg, and you're in a hamstring stretch, but you're also in a leg off the floor. 10. Breathe in, feel the abs, feel the hamstring. You should see your belly dome, not dome, it should pull in every time you exhale. Now switch it up, the other leg's up, draw 5 circles. And draw 5 circles. And then you're going to leave the leg in the air. You can hold onto the hamstring. You could hold onto the foot. Lift up your other leg, and this is another abdominal. Pull the belly in. Feel the belly pull down as opposed to doming up. The neck is not hurting, it should not hurt if you're able to lift your shoulder blades up and look at the toes. And if it is, just put your hand behind your head and then recover. All right, hands to the feet, relax. A little bound angle. Let your feet soles down and lift up your hips. Let's open up those hips that we've been working. 5. So we are hip flexing, we're counter posing. Also a little bit of stimulus to the posterior chain so that we're not so strong in our abs that they get drawn forward. We want to help the back body complement the front body. And then lower. Now pretend I'm next to you. but I'm facing you, so our legs are facing each other. My head's on that end, your head's on this end. Now you want to miss my legs as you lower your legs to one side. So pretend I'm beside you, lowering the legs towards your torso, and then come up. Now go towards your left. This is a partner drill. You bring up your legs to vertical. Now your legs kind of go right and diagonal. If you can touch the floor, go for it. Inhale, or if you need to just go to 3 or 4 inches, go for it. So you're gonna make sure the head's down. If your head keeps coming up and you can't control it, then you probably want to decrease how low you go. This is a partner drill for abs. Try 4 more. Good. And just pretend we're switching sides. Sometimes it's easier to work when there's someone else beside you working as hard. And hug your legs in. Really good. Take a little rock and roll. Very good. Super pleased. Now this is a corkscrew. Your hands go beside your torso, lift up your legs. Modified corkscrew, you're going to circle your legs like there's a clock on the sky you want to trace. Then do counterclockwise on that clock that is on the ceiling, and then clockwise. Now it's one of each, but if you want to add on, do a pelvic tilt here, and then pelvic tilt at 12 o'clock. Now traditional corkscrew, you go all the way up to your shoulder blades. Let me move over so you can see me better in the camera. Up, and you go right, up, left. You're doing great. Up, and try to go with my verbal cues so you're not turning your head when you're lifting your hips. 1 more each. Up, right, and up, left. And I'm going to go 1 more just to go down the middle. So when I'm up, I'm down the middle. I love to neutralize it. Hug your legs, relax a little bit. Let your feet be on the floor. Open up. You're contracting the posterior chain. So there's really no such thing as just an ab workout. You always want to include the back. And then we're open up the hip flexors. All right, lower down. And if you want to sit, go for it, but we're going to just do the back exercises to kind of counterpose what we did. Belly down. So the back is not a mirror muscle. That's why sometimes we forget about it. We don't see it, but it is very important. So here we go. Palms low, lift up and down. So what we're doing is 10 repetitions where you're lifting up your back. You can inhale on these because the inhale facilitates extension. All right, 1 more. And now between, you can do a little knee bend. It's a way to get a release. You're doing great. Now you can take your arms more like a T. Now lift up and lift. Now I'm adding the legs as an option. You can lift the legs. And you can do this with your cadence of your breathing. Your neck isn't strained. You're basically leaving the gaze towards the mat, and there's no wrinkles in your neck. You're lifting your head, but it's just going along with the back. Rear deltoids, hamstrings, glutes. 1 more. Now hands underneath your cheek and windshield wipe. You're doing great, and just listen to your body. You notice how I layer things. That means you can always go back to the previous exercise. The last one is harder, so if you're wanting to join me in a Y, but notice how I'm trying to be out of my neck. So I've got my shoulder blades gliding downward. 1, 2. Now if it's too hard, bring your hands down. 3, or leave your toes down. That's another trick. 4, 5, 6, strong back. 7, 8, 9, 10. And windshield wipe. Anytime you need to take a child's pose, if that's what you need, please go for it. I'm also adding my ankle rolls in here. Just get those feet moving. 4, 3, good. 2, and 1. I love it. Now this time the legs are down. We're going to lift up our back without using our hands. How high can you go? And then let your hands assist you. Now we're stretching out those abs that we just contracted. We've also got our triceps on a little bit. Shoulder blades down the back. Our upper back's getting stronger. 10, 2, 3. Oh, doesn't it feel good? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lower. We're going to do that again. Now inhale. When you come up, try to see how high you can go without your hands. Now when you can't go anymore, then let your hands assist you. Elbows tucked towards the floor. So that's called external rotation. Shoulders are down the back. The breath is through the nose. Inhale. Feel your belly, ribs, and heart expand. And it might get a little higher as you're here. Head back a little bit, Cole. Yeah, and lower. Guys, we're gonna do one more. If you need a windshield wipe in between, go for it. Here we go. Legs long. Lift up your torso without your hands. And then let your hands assist you up. Here we are. And there is a little bit of a pinky bias here, so you might feel like your pinky is a little bit pressing more than the rest. It helps you get into your serratus muscles. So serratus anterior muscles help stabilize your scapula. So we always do these with stabilized scapula. That way the ears are not up in the shoulders, hurting our neck. Breathe in, or the shoulders are not in our ears. I might have said that opposite. Okay, windshield wipe, windshield wipe, windshield wipe. We're going to do another, which is bow pose, to open the front body, the abs that we just worked, the hip flexors that we just worked, and strengthen the back body. If that's too hard, grab one foot and do a single leg stretch. Everybody looks so good. Wonderful. Opening up now, no neck tension. Relax that. Now we're going to do either the other side or a second set. Here we go. Up. You're doing great. Neck is soft. And then relax. Child's pose. Wonderful job. You did great. Let it go. Breathe in. And then come on back down to your belly if you'd like. We're going to take fingertips near your temples. You're going to lift up your torso so that the left shoulder blade's a little bit higher than the right, then come down. Lift up your right torso. Your right side's a little higher. Now, this time when you lift your left side of your torso, lift up your right leg. Now lower and lift up your right shoulder blade higher and your left leg. It's kind of like that crisscross abdominal exercise, but it's for the posterior chain. So I've been calling it posterior crisscross. So basically, you're in a diagonal contraction, just like when you walk or you cross-country ski or you run. Those are all diagonal patterns on the posterior chain. It's really good for functional strength. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Now we're going to take breaststroke. So at first, take a humongous circle. Make sure your space is good. And then when you do this circle, it's like you come up for a breath of air. Come up for a breath of air. Come up for a breath of air. Now, to add on, the legs are going to do a little flutter. Now those hamstrings and glutes are working. The back body is working. So how high can you get in your upper back, in your back, without your hands helping? This will get better and better. But this is the secret sauce to not being rounded forward. And that's how most of our tasks are. So we want that part of our fitness. Get ready. We're going to do a child's pose. I'm going to curl the toes under this time because even the feet have been working as they did those kicks. Now the heels are straight up and down. Really good, guys. Wonderful job. Grab a sip. You did so good. We're going to do a little back mobility now. And that should feel really good and warmed up. So grab a sip. The hands are going to be on the floor and the knees are going to be on the floor. As you get to the floor, if you feel like your knees need more cushion, grab it now. You're never going to sacrifice your joints for the gains of the other parts of your body. Yeah, that's a great way. You can also have forearms on the arc or another surface. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Now, if you want to add on, you can curl your toes. You can lift up your knees and flexion, extension, flexion, extension. Breathe in. Good job. All right, the next level. You're in the down dog. Oh, that calf stretch feels so good. Lift your heels, push through the low back, middle back, upper back. Here we go, inhale. Tuck your chin, middle back, upper back, lower back. Go up, lower back, middle back, upper back. Tuck. So whatever you're doing, if your focus is your spinal articulation, which is those 3 options I gave are all just different ways to do this, to accomplish this. Inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. One more, up and down. Very good. And then let your child's pose, but I'm going to add a elbow bend, so we're stretching out the tricep a bit. Touch your back with your hands. Nice job. And just grab a sip here. We're going to touch base with some planks. You're doing great. Thursday, Pilates, coming into planks. You guys remember tomorrow there's a bonus weight training class. And it should be at 9 o'clock, I think 30 minutes. All right, so elbows underneath your shoulders, strength through your knees. Feel your belly pull up. In other words, you're not letting your belly sag. All right, looking good. 10 more, 9 more, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna counterpose that with a Sphinx or with a Swan. You choose. Stretching out the muscles we just contracted. All right, go into a side plank, and I'll demonstrate that you can pad your arm if you want. Go up, either staggered feet or stacked. Right now I'm showing stacked, so the feet are on top of each other. A little harder. You can do whatever you need. Head back, 10. Stretch out through your hands. Breathe. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. Now we're going to go to the other side. Here we go. Side plank, stack or staggered legs. Go up. Isn't that nice? Love it. Stretching out through the hand. Breathe in, and then exhale, lower. Now I'm doing a reverse table or reverse plank. You can also take a bound angle if you need something totally different. Reverse table looks like this. Reverse plank looks like long knees. Come up 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Love it. All right, take a little breather. I'm going to do a bound angle as a counter pose. Good. You guys look good. 9, 8, 7, 6. There's those hips getting in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab a sip because we're going to do a challenge called the 1-minute plank. For a minute, we'll be holding it, and it might be easy, but I do like to just sort of test it every now and then. We do a pretty good job of keeping up with our planks, but for a minute, here we go. Functional youth, elbows down, get ready. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So now You just go through your cues. Your elbows are underneath the shoulders. Your scapula feel broad on your back. Your abs feel like they're pulling in. Your knees feel like they're energetic and strong. Your heels are straight up. Your head's not falling towards the floor. The ears are in line with the shoulder. And already we're halfway there. And then I like to add a good mental game with this. I feel good. I feel strong. I was built for strength. Getting stronger every day. Hold here. Not much longer. We're almost there. Get ready for 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds, 3 more seconds, 2 more seconds. Rest your pelvis. Here we are in a Sphinx or a Swan. Good. Shoulder blades are down the back. So nice. Lower down, I'm going to do one more for the back here. Now, one is you could put your hands beside you like a rocket ship or an eye. The other is if you want to interlace your fingers, add that shoulder stretch. So just do a hold where you're just up there for 10. All right, I'm going to do a child's pose, wide knees, and we'll take the belly between, and you can practice doing a full breath. Nice job, guys. We're going to do another, this is the 21. We're going to play a game of 21, and I think that was a card game. We're going to do 21 planks in a row, but you're not just flying through them. Each one's good, as if someone's taking your picture. So let's go to the forearms. I'll count each one so we know where we are. And the first one is the normal front plank. This is number 1. Now you're going to turn to a side. That's 2. Then you're going to go back to front plank. That's 3. Then you're going to turn side plank. This is 4. You're going to go to front plank. This is 5. Turn to 6. Front plank 7. Side plank 8. Front plank 9. Side plank 10. This also helps with retaining memory. Front plank 11. You have to remember which one you went to. Side plank 12. Front plank 13. Side plank 14. Front plank 15. Side plank 16. Front plank 17. Side plank 18. Front plank 19. Side plank 20. Front plank 21. You did it. Forearms down. This is Sphinx, or you can also go a little higher, Swan. Good job. Great little measure of fitness. You did great. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, head back, a little child's pose. Good job. Rest your hips back. Lower back. Now on this stretch, walk your fingers far to one side. Walk, walk, walk. Breathe into that rib cage. You can even open up that rib cage, clamshell stretch. Whew. And walk over to the other. Now you've got your hands walking to the other side. You're going to breathe into that rib cage. Opening up that rib cage, clamshell. And then come back to child's pose. And then come back up. You're doing so good. Grab a sip. Doing great. I'm going to do a little pattern here that's great for the back. Rehab, prehab exercises. All right, we're gonna put our hands on the floor underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath the hips. If your knees are sensitive at all to this, place a mat underneath the knees, an extra mat. Now at first, just do that cat-cow where your belly pulls up, and then inhale, lift your sternum, lift your tailbone, and then try to curl through your lumbar spine, middle spine, and upper back. You're gonna be looking at your belly button, and then inhale, undulate the spine till you're lifted up your sternum, lifted up your tailbone, and then go through your lumbar, middle, and upper back again. So each part of your backbone gets attention, articulation. If you're built very lordotic, so if you stand and you're quite sway back, when you do this extension part of your cat, put on the brakes and don't give in to that hypermobility in the low back. So if you're built hypermobily and you kind of stand sway back, put on the brakes in this pose right here so that you're not so lower back dominant here. Now flexion. Now when you do this inhale, your neck is pretty mobile, so you want to make sure you don't feel any tension when you lift up. C1 occiput, or where the skull meets the spine. So you want to have a little less extension than is available to you, just to keep that neck happy. All right, we're gonna do one more. Inhale, and then exhale. Now you're gonna go back into a table. Try to imagine you're a table, you don't wanna spill anything. Keep that exact table as you reach your left arm and your right leg out. You're balancing for a moment. Put those limbs down. You're balancing as you lift your right arm and your left leg. Place those limbs down. Now keep doing this. I'm going to go through the cues. Your head, because gravity's pulling your head down, it might be tempted to go forward of the rest of your body towards the floor, but you want to retract that so the ears are in line with the shoulder. Another temptation is the back hip tries to rotate, but you're going to keep your leg long in the back, really stretch it, but don't open the hip. Keep the hip square. The scapula might drop or collapse, but not us. We're going to press that hand that's on the floor strong, and the scapula is broad. The belly could be tempted to droop, but not us. We're going to have a little lift in our belly. Now, if you can do this a little bit harder, lift up all your toes and all your shins, and then still do the exercise with no toes touching the floor, no shins touching the floor. This is why you want that mat underneath your knees if you have any sensitivity to the knee being on the floor. With one mat, sometimes you might need a second mat. All right, keep going. Keep that head pulled back. Keep that scapula broad. Your back shouldn't feel like it's got wrinkles in it. Your belly should feel lifted. Your hips should feel level. One more. And then we're going to take a child's pose. Great job. That was rehab, prehab for the back. Rest here. And then we're going to come up to hands and knees and take your right foot towards the sky. See if your left hand can reach towards the foot and lift up. Now this is like the bow pose. You're on opposite limbs, so the opposite hand, one hand is going to the opposite foot. Lift up, head pulls back. And lower, good, switch it up, lift up. Push that hand strong in the floor so the scapula is broad. Lift up that thigh, pull that head back, breathe, lift, open. You can usually do a little bit more than you initially think. Breathe, lift, open. And then recover, child's pose. Let's pull the toes under this time and stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really good. All right, take a sip. Good job. You're doing great. We'll do a small unit for the back on the floor, seated. Now, seated is actually harder for a lot of people because of flexibility. So if it's too hard, grab a pillow and sit on it. At first, we're going to put our legs out like a little V. Another little trick is kind of move your flesh behind your sit bones. And then you're going to open up the arms, turn the body, pure rotation. Now, when you can't go anymore, take that right pinky towards the left pinky toe. Okay, so right away, I feel tight. This will open up, breathe in, rotate, just notice what you feel. So you might feel pretty tight, and it's okay. We're gonna go at it, and the body will start to warm up. And you could imagine you want your pinky of your hand to go past the pinky of the toe. I'm gonna add pulling the toes back if you can. That'll help prevent shuffling. It's gonna add more stretch. And pull that pinky toe back too. That helps keep that ankle strong and less prone to inversion sprains. Good. Now do it at your own pace. We're inhaling, rotation first, then reaching. The opposite pelvis, can you feel how it might try to be tempted to come off the floor? Keep it Velcroed. Doesn't have to be rigidly, stuck, but do keep it sort of reaching down through the opposite hip. The opposite arm, the one that's behind you, is also reaching back. Act like someone has your arm and you're an eagle with a big wingspan. All right, well, it'll be 3 more total so that you're even on both sides. This is called the saw. And now you're gonna put your legs together and you're going to go up and over. Now these are just some spine healthy exercises. If every day you could move your spine in 5 different ways, the spine would love it. You're as young as your spine is a saying in Pilates and yoga. So this is called lateral flexion. And you notice it gets a little deeper too. Now, you can go with that, and opposite pelvis might try to come off. We're gonna leave this one here, so just enjoy. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lengthen that elbow if you can. 6, 7, yep, that worked. 8, 9, come up and act like you're reaching the sky, reaching the sky, reaching the sky, and then over. Opposite pelvis down or hip down. I'm pulling the toes back. I'm adding any rotation, so I want you to have fun. Reach that elbow. Breathe into that rib cage that's exposed to the sky. That's called one lung breathing. Breathe in through your nose. Inhale. And then up. Good. One more classic spine exercise. So pretend that you have a wall behind you. And for imaging, I'm going to show you my wall. Pretend you have a wall behind you. You're up against the wall, and then you're going forward, but you're trying to peel. So I'm peeling the neck off. I'm peeling the upper back off. I'm peeling the middle back off. I'm peeling the lower back off. And then when I peel back up, I feel the lower back, middle back, upper back, and the back of my head, so I'm tall. Tuck the chin, peel upper back, middle back, lower back off the wall, and push the lower back, middle back, upper back. So I'm not just hinging at the hips, I'm articulating. Tuck the chin, upper back, middle back, lower back. Stretch, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the head, you're tall. And then again, tuck. The upper back comes off, the middle back, the lower back, and then put the lower back, middle back, and upper back. Now we're going to take a gentle forward fold. Just relax as best you can. 10. So you could tell the difference between just hinging forward at the hips and working through the spine. Relax your neck. You might even shake it out. Breathe in and lift up your spine. Now I'm going to give us the upper back. Just going to do the rack posture. Extension. Extension. Lift your sternum. I'm really soft on the hands. I'm not hanging out in the carpals. Lift up and hold. 5. Your heart's lifting. 4, 3, 2. Inhale. And then exhale. Really good, guys. Let me give us one forearm stretch. We were on them a little bit. And this is also going to be a good prep before our next one. Nice. Good job on the different blocks. And then if you ever have any questions, reach out if one of the exercises doesn't make sense. One more, we're going to do prayer pose down. And good. All right, just kind of shake it out. Wiggle those fingers. like Liberace before playing the piano. Now the next block is some arm strength. So I want you to listen to your body, but we are going to go for those arms. The first possibility is to do push-ups. You could do them standing up on the wall as a modification, on the knees as a way to be modified, or you could, and actually grab a sip if you'd like. We'll do some push-ups. So we'll take 10 push-ups, either on the wall, hands and knees back, or toes. So take 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. And then we'll take a stretch, interlace the fingers and lift the arms. Now breathe, love it. We're gonna take a set of triceps exercises behind us. Again, you could do wall push-ups as a modification. So if you're doing the tricep push-ups, so I am trying to stimulate the wrist a little bit, so if we are to fall, they have some bone density. So it is a lift. Now what we'll do is bend the elbows and then straighten the hips and the elbows, straighten the elbows and the hips. And at first we're gonna do 5 together. Yeah, good. Elbows straighten. Now you could lift a leg and you could do 5 more without a leg. And if you're doing a wall push-up, you could try to do that without a leg too. You just sort of like getting your abs to, yeah, you could lift 1 foot. There you go, that's it. You feel how your abs have to keep you balanced? And 2. And just make sure to even it up. So if you lifted 1 foot for 5, the other one lifted up for 5. Now, if you would like to do a cow face pose, you could do whatever you can. So one method is just to help that elbow. The other hand can come up though. Good job. Breathe. So my heart rate gets up a little bit when I do those. So the recovery heart rate is a measure of fitness. So at this moment, we're slowing down our heart rate like biofeedback. What you do with the breath tells the physiology what to do. So you calm the breath and it'll calm the mind. All right, try the other. Stretch. You might just do 1 elbow, help it out, or you might try to grab that with your fingers. All this is for posture too. Lift up the head up, pull the head back a little. Yeah, that looks, yeah, you can feel that's better. 5, 4, breathe fully in through your nose. Belly, ribs, heart. Try to keep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose during class. Good, and then just, this is a hand low shoulder roll. Just move the scapula. Just get some synovial fluid in there. Good job. We're gonna do a little unit on the legs. So at first, we're gonna do some bridging. You can lie on your back and we're gonna do some hamstring strengthening. Use your abs, roll it down. Now let your feet be on the floor, curl your spine up and down, 10 repetitions. So we're working on the hamstrings, we're working on the glutes, we're working on the knee tracking with the second toe and the middle hip. Now a bonus is we're also articulating the back. So glutes and hamstrings are really important to keep the back healthy. Now we're gonna stay up and hold for 10. You can make sure your hips are level here. You don't have any tension in your neck. There's a space underneath your neck between you and the floor. Now we're gonna add on, lift up your right leg and point the toes to the sky. Keep those hips level, drop the hips to the floor and lift up. Drop the hips to the floor and lift up. Down and up. You want to feel the sacrum touch the floor for a moment. 5 before you add the lift. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the right foot comes down. You're going to put the other leg up and we're going to drop down and up 10 times. Touch the floor. You might feel it's tempting to just do an abbreviated range of motion. 6, keep that right knee over the ankle. 7, not drifting out. 8, 9, now drop the left foot, put the right leg up, pull the toes back, drop the hips to the floor, lift the hips. The hips should be level. If you're struggling with the hip level, just do this with both feet down. 4 more, touch the floor. 3, pull those toes back. 2, and the right foot's on the floor. Now lift your left leg, pull those toes back, down and up, down and up, down and up all the way. 9, 10. Now hug the legs in, take a little rock. Inhale, move the ankles, and we're gonna move to the side body. So turn to your side, prop yourself up on your forearm. Now you're up, the ribs lift, take the top leg and draw circles, pointed toes, stay up. Now if this is a contraindication for you, let's say your shoulder's hurting, you could always lie down on your arm and create a little safe place for your neck. Now you're going to pull those toes back and pull all of them back. Really pull through the pinky toe. Bonus, see if you can spread out your toes. We need flexible toes and we want those arches to be awake. Spread out your toes. Same leg. You're going to take that leg and toe down, lift up, toe behind you. Now notice how even my ribs tried to drop. Try to lift up, 3, hot potato, barely touch the floor and then come back. 4, 4, 5, you should feel your hip now. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. We're going down. Hold on to that arm and it's a pillow. Take that leg that we just worked in front, point the bottom toes, draw big circles. 5, lift it up, feel the inner thigh. Pull those toes back, all of them. Try to spread the toes of the bottom leg, bottom foot. Now this leg that's working now, we're going to add hot potato. Lift up, go over an imaginary acorn squash. Belly in. Organic farm grown squash. 6, you're clearing the squash. 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Now on the transition, belly down, hands underneath your head, lift up your toes and beat the toes together so you're horizontally adducting. About 20 heel beats here. Neck is soft. And then we're going to add on a flutter. So flutter your legs, about 20 flutters. 10 more. And then you're going to go to the other side and do that whole series. So I'm going to face you. You're welcome to just turn around for ease. Elbow props you up. Come to a lifted rib position. Draw large circles. Now we're going to pull those toes back and even pull the pinky toe back. Peroneals and fibularis getting worked. They help protect the ankle. So if you're walking on uneven terrain, if you're skiing, if you hike, this is a great exercise for that ankle. Okay, now the same leg is going to hot potato down, hot potato up. Now you're going over a really large item. We'll say the big pumpkin. A big pumpkin. 5, 5. Feel your ribs lift. 6, 6, 7, 7. The hips should be warm. 8, 8. This is a leg series. 9, 9. And the abs are working. 10, 10. Now we're going to lie down. Arm is like a pillow. Your forward leg, the one that was working, is in the little 90 degrees. Take the bottom leg, point the toes, and draw circles. Now I'm feeling the inner thighs. I'm feeling that knee long. And I'm also, if you put your hand on your belly pulls in like a corset. So it's not just kind of drooping and hanging out on the floor. Your waist has some tone. Now you're going to flex the toes, dorsiflex, pinky toe included. Jaw soft, lips might even separate. Spread out those toes. All right, now you're going to go up and over that rye sourdough bread or that acorn squash. Lift up over an imaginary item that you can't touch. You have to clear it. Belly in. 9, 9, 10, That looked good. Now belly down, same series. Hands underneath the head, lift up your legs, tap the feet. About 20 times, horizontal adduction, glutes, hamstrings. Now a fast flutter vertical, long knees, 20. Breathe in. And then exhale, child's pose. You did great. Push those hips back. Those of you that want a squat posture as a stretch, you can go for it. If you're happy in your child's pose, go for it. Just take a stretch of some sort. 5. It's hard to leave this out. I feel like I want to do it every class because it's so good for us. Much easier to keep than it is to lose and get back. So much easier to maintain. Everybody's doing so good. Now we're going to take some fabulous stretches. Before we do, grab a sip. You did good. We did lots of blocks. We've done lots of different activities. I love the way everyone modified as they needed. Now, take an inhale, and on your exhale, have a Dynaband handy or something handy. You may want to have a Dynaband handy, and if you like a foam roller, you may want to have that handy. That way you don't have to get back up. Okay, so get ready. Yeah, exactly. The elastic tubing will work. You're going to go down. Make sure you have enough room behind you. You're working your abs as you come down. Then take your right ankle to your left thigh. Reach your hands through, and I like to rock on this one. This is a great little hip opener. We're going to breathe in the nose and breathe out the nose. You can also add some ankle mobility because that's so important for back care. These are just wonderful stretches for your hips and your back. Now you're breathing in your nose and out your nose. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to take the other one, ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through that window and clasp. All right, moving. Rocking, breathing, so you're going to feel like you're massaging those muscles on your sacrum, and there's some calming sensors there. Now we're going to take the happy baby stretch. So your hands are going to reach for your feet, and you're going to pull your knees down on either side of your ribs. Notice the verticality of the shins. And again, you can rock. Beautiful, guys. You're breathing in your nose. You're breathing out your nose. Notice how good it feels on those hamstrings. Notice how the breath can get longer and fuller. And then bring your hands together. Your hands are on your feet or your ankles, and your knees are wide. This is a bound angle. These are stretches that help the hips, and when the hips are happy, the back's happier. You're going to feel like the inner thigh muscles, they're called pectineus. The pectineus muscle is stretching. Again, you can rock. Your elbows might even help pry those thighs open. The pelvic floor, see if you can let it relax. Relax. Now, if you have a yoga block or if you have a foam roller and you would like to use it for this hamstring stretch, you can. So if you're using a prop, your sacrum's on the roller and your right leg's in the air. The right leg's getting a hamstring stretch. The left leg, when you put it long, is getting a psoas stretch. Breathe in your nose. Now, when you exhale, you can imagine that your muscles are melting. That leg can go across the midline. And that leg can go out. And notice how just where your leg is, it's in the air. Notice how it affects the leg that's getting the psoas stretch. Now you're going to bring that leg up and put the other foot in there and pour the other leg down. Now one may feel different than the other. Maybe you feel it go out to the side more. Maybe you feel your quads tight and your knee is more bent. Love on those muscles, and if you need to hold one a little longer, a stretch, please do. This is for you. This is your time. The leg that's in the air can cross the midline. And the leg that's in the air can go out a bit. And then bring that leg up. And just for a moment, we're going to take a leg up on the wall pose. But if you want to take a Shavasana, you can, which is just lying on the mat. I do want to give us an opportunity to have the circulation benefits of legs higher. And relax your mind. Breathe in through your nose, and you might try to do a 10 count of inhale. And a 10 count of exhale through your nose. Inhale 10. Exhale 10. Inhale 10. And exhale 10. Relax and come in towards a seated position that's comfortable for you, and take a moment to notice how you feel. And just lift up through your spine, and once you're up, just take an inhale up and exhale down. Like you're clear in the air, feeling the sunshine, feeling the wellness. One more, and just notice how your body feels. And then the hands will come together and you can go to your heart. So just notice how you feel. You might feel like a little buzz of electricity in your cells, how they're alive, they're awake, they're energized yet calm, that really good feeling of balance between energized and calm. Soak it all in. That's your natural radiance well point. We'll just take a moment to give appreciation to this body. Look at all of the things it did just by our asking, and our mind for showing up, how strong it was, and our spirit for getting us here. So today I intend to milk and be appreciative of everything in my